amidst, I am Riven Rog. Today, I invite you into the wild, unpredictable theater of my own neighborhood, where every house holds a story. Every family, a unique brand of chaos. And my parents, well, they're the main critics. Chapter 1. The Curse of the Pracid. Our neighborhood was a bizarre ecosystem, a microcosm of humanity, packed tightly into concrete boxers. First, there were the fuckers on the right, as I affectionately called them. I opened it to find their mother, her eyes wide, with a strange mix of urgency and desperation, thrusting a plastic bag into my unsuspecting hand. A grand ritual to exorcise whatever it was that was clinging to their child. I looked into the bag. It was a suspicious-looking mixture of rice vermilion and something vaguely sticky. I didn't believe in hexes, curses, or transferred bad luck, but my parents, they were another story. Her nostrils flared. She sniffed the air, as if detecting dark magic. And here's where my family's troubles began. Apparently, the prasad from this puja was supposed to absorb and transfer all the bad luck, the it itself. This is that prasad. They're trying to transfer their bad luck to us. Quickly, into the bathroom. Take a shower. It was hilarious in a bizarre, exasperating way. But relations with our right-side neighbors were strained from that day forward. My parents simply couldn't get over the idea that these people were actively trying to hex us. And I guess no one truly likes people who try to hex them. It was always awkward, a delicate dance of poverty. Don't let it touch you. Throw that thing away. The hex. They had 2 daughters and a son. The eldest daughter was undeniably cute, but the younger one, unfortunately, was the fat girl of the family. Tio cha doli, haru sanga, jiskina hoina. Get down here. But he would like more. She seemed to have a perpetual date with ailments. You don't shit where you eat, as the saying goes. So I'd retreat, muttering to myself. Then there were the festivals. Tej, specifically, was a nightmare. They'd crank up the music, a cacophony of loud, high-pitched folk songs, and play it all night long. Sleep was a distant dream. I'd lie in bed, contemplating throwing a bucket of water over their speakers. But then remember Dad's stern warning and the looming reality of next-door living. They don't understand things in one go like me. This household featured 2 daughters and their cousin, a girl who, I have to admit, was quite good-looking. Even cute in a skirt back in the day, though she's now, well, become a bit fat. They even had a young son, still budding, inhaling all that toxic smoke. $325 per month for the garbage man, just so they'd stop. What's the point of becoming a doctor? I'd often rage internally. If you're not smart enough to understand, you should not burn plastic. They didn't have a dad, and this unfortunate circumstance became the mother's go-to excuse for constantly asking my father for money. They had a studious daughter, the poster child of academic dedication, currently pursuing MBBs. She admitted that she didn't usually talk to boys, but for some reason, she found it easier to talk to me. Both our families, being typical Nepali families, didn't like us talking too much, so we eventually stopped. They're okay, these neighbors. Not perfect, not trying to hex us, not begging for money, but that plastic burning. It's a silent killer, and every time I see her studying on the terrace, a flicker of hope remains. Maybe, just maybe, one day I'll convince the future doctor that clean air is more vital than a quick disposal. It would be seen as a blatant insult, but it made me want to do it even more. And unspoken hopes, a constant reminder that life, even in its most mundane moments, is never truly boring. I realized the best way, perhaps the only way, to tackle this was to talk to the MBB's girl herself. She seemed to be the only one who might understand. She was insanely every single time I saw her, she was on her terrace, hunched over books, immersed in medical texts. I actually found it kind of cute, in a weird, admiring way. Studying so much, I thought. Every other week, it felt like. She'd already had a couple of unsettling health episodes that sent the entire household into a frenzy. They were okay. This family. They didn't ask for money, nor did they try to hex us. But they had one glaring, unforgivable flaw. They burned plastic. Every single fucking week. One particularly chaotic afternoon, they decided the solution to their daughter's woes wasn't a strict diet or a specialist doctor. I was minding my own business, probably contemplating the mysteries of the universe, when there was a frantic knock on our door. The girls need new school books, and things are so tight. Their mom, "Here, Beta, take this, it's prasad." Very auspicious. Their daughters, particularly the cousin, seemed to have made it their life's mission to tease me whenever I ventured onto our terrace. I'd be minding my own business, enjoying the cool evening breeze, and then I'd hear them. Before I could even process what was happening, she vanished, leaving me standing there with a sweating plastic bag. Ma. The neighbors just gave this. My mother's eyes widened, then narrowed with immediate suspicion. My mother. Oh my God. My father. What? Prasad from them. And so, at 5 o'clock in the evening, I found myself standing under a cold shower, scrubbing vigorously, while my parents, with ritualistic horror, disposed of the cursed prasad in the farthest dustbin. Chapter 2. The terrace warfare in the empty pockets directly in front of us. Lived another family, equally. Their mum. Die. A little help, please. My dad, bless his heart, would try to politely refuse, explaining that we weren't exactly swimming in cash ourselves. But the money requests weren't the only source of entertainment. Cousin. Oi. Hero. Looking for a girlfriend up there. Daughter 1. Come play with us. Die. We're bored. I'd usually just pretend not to hear, but my father, with his hawk-like senses for improper interactions, would always swoop in. My father, Arjan. What are you doing? I couldn't do anything because, well, they were right next door. Chapter 3. The doctor, the smoke, and the unburnt future. And then, to the left, lived the fuckers I hated the most, despite their apparent normalcy. My parents, predictably, used her as the ultimate benchmark. My mother. Look at her Arjun. How much she studies. You should be more like her. I had my standard, pre-programmed witty comeback, designed to make them feel a bit better about my own less studious ways. Me. Stupid people need to do that, Ma. My parents would then nod, sagely, somewhat appeased by my implied genius. The stench of burning plastic would waft through the air, thick and acrid, filling our lungs with carcinogenic substances. I always threatened to go over there, ring their doorbell, and hand them the R's. Me, I'm going to do it, Ma. I'm going to pay for their garbage. This is ridiculous. My mother? No, don't be arrogant. What will they think? Her logic infuriated me, but I knew she was right. Surprisingly, she had told me her story during the earthquake, a shared moment of vulnerability. And so, my neighborhood stands, a collection of eccentricities, frustrations,